buttons, that one. All right.
Music.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second episode of TOG. Disclaimer, we are trash people and are unqualified to discuss topics that may come up. We are just trash friends who came together to make memories. I'm Kip. With me is...
Alan.
Brock.
T.
All right. So, our first topic of today is what myth would you want to become real?
Well, Kip.
I can start. I kind of wanted Atlantis to be real.
In like what aspect? Like Atlantis
I see Brock
movie?
looking at me like he wants to say something.
I'll take up the whole fucking hour talking about Atlantis, so.
Are we talking about like Pixar's Atlantis? Did you just want like a really tall, tan, platinum blonde woman to sweep you off your feet?
Atlantis is real.
So he did want a really tall, dark-skinned, platinum blonde with a shit ton of tattoos to sweep you off your feet.
I don't know. I just want like...
Me too.
You can't argue with it. I'm sorry.
I just want it to be real. I want like the myths, like
what? Why do you want
Brock?
it to be real? Like, what part of Atlantis entices you so much?
the aspect of like I understand that it was once above land, but I just want I want to see it underwater. I want to go exploring underwater.
So do you just have like, you just really like underwater things?
Yeah, kind of. I want to see like the it's kind of weird because I want to see like the scary and like the cool things. I do want to see fucking monsters down there.
Have you played Subnautica?
I played a little bit of it, and I do want to fucking finish it. And that's also the reason why I want to see all that shit.
Great game for that exact purpose. Like you're literally exploring an undiscovered ocean that's full of horrifying shit.
Yeah, it's like, but I want to see it in person. That's the whole thing. Like the game is nice, but I want to see it in person.
So if you could go skydiving or diving, would you prefer to go diving?
Yeah,
Like diving?
Like you'd rather go diving
Atlantis?
underwater, like deep underwater, than
Yeah.
jumping from really high in the air.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. Word.
I may die, but I may die from skydiving.
I mean, you might die both ways.
I might die both ways, but I want to see where we haven't explored to our full extent.
See shit that no one's ever seen before.
Yeah, I want to explore things, but I'm such a pussy too.
I actually read the account of a diver who said that one thing that really enticed him about diving is whenever he goes down there, he will pick up a rock and wonder, like, is this the first time everyone's ever picked up this rock? Ever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like you genuinely could be the first person to do a lot of shit underwater.
And
Or
like
the
even
last
now,
person.
yeah, we
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
find things now in the ocean that are new creatures and everything. That's awesome.
I think it's like 18 species daily. Don't quote me on that exact number, but it's double digits.
Yeah, it's insane. I always like I want to dive. I know the risk, but it's also, part of me I have to like overcome that fear of wanting to dive deep and do that.
I'm glad someone would like to dive. Because I know Brock won't dive with me. And I know T won't dive with me.
I'll
Fuck
jump
no.
out of the fucking stratosphere before I ever go anywhere deep
I'm
underground.
gonna creep up on Kip. Wasn't it might not be cave diving. Cave diving's like extreme. That's crazy.
No,
shit.
I know cave diving is something
If
different,
it's
bro.
anything deeper than 80 meters, I don't have any interest.
I don't even want that.
No, okay.
I
Well,
don't like open water.
I'm trying to picture
I'd
like 80 meters.
I'd love to coral reef dive or something like that, where like you can
Nope.
see all like the really pretty shit. But like once you get towards like the deep blue, you would catch me down. Like I'd rather peel off each one of my toenails. Like I genuinely have no desire to like sit in the element of something that is much larger than me and way more agile in that environment. Like humans as a species, once you get below waist level in the water, your tactical environment as a human being has changed.
Oh yeah.
Like you are not going to win that fight.
I feel like even like ankle deep, like you're still
Even ankle deep, yeah. Like I mean, for water polo, we used to go to the beach and we used to do sprints in the water. So you have to lift your knees all the way up. So high knee sprints all the way through the water. It's like that alone is fucking exhausting. And like, it's like you can't sprint without doing that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's the only way to run.
Oh, yeah. So what about you, Alan? What kind of myth would you want to be real?
I would have to say something along the lines of probably like an Eastern myth. I'd probably either go with I'll probably go with the tale of Sun Wukong.
You're a very fan of that guy, man.
I mean, it's a cool story. It's fun. He had to overcome, like, oh god, he has like 7 or something layers of like immortality because he wasn't satisfied with the plain Jane immortality. So he has like 7 layers of protection, and then all his other bullshit that he picks up along the way. It's a cool story, you know?
I respect that, yeah.
Like, you have to kill him. You have to kill an immortal 7 times over before he's like, all right, well, you know, like, I'm down to my last life, but fuck you. I'm still gonna whoop your ass.
It's like an anime character.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
it
like
was
fucking
anime before animation.
It's like a fucking final boss that has too many phases. You're like, I can't keep on going.
What's this? Phase 8? What the fuck?
Yeah. Rack, what kind of myth did you want to be?
I probably would say Egyptian philosophy. I just think Egyptian philosophy is really interesting. You know, like, there's a lot of like moral things, and everything's focused on like death and what it is to die and how to have a great afterlife. I don't know.
Okay, so like kind of going like more Eastern. Sorry, we all are fans of dragons to extent. Do you believe dragons are real or myth?
So, pretty sure dragons did exist. Because for something that big to fly, like birds' bones are made out of cartilage. They're not made out of actual like bone.
Yeah.
So they don't fossilize.
Yeah.
So like if there was a big flying lizard that had cartilage bones that was killed, there'd be nothing left behind to know. So it's like there's multiple myths across the world of cultures that had no interactions between each other, but all seem to have fought these fucking dragons.
Mm-hmm.
What's like we hunted the bison to extinction out of pettiness. We were like, let's starve these people to death. Like bison are like their main source of food. Let's just fucking kill them.
We're some bad people.
And we absolutely just wiped out the population of buffalo. Like I really do think that in the medieval ages we had nothing better to do. Like it's like I'm gonna train to go fight a fucking dragon. Did they breathe fire? Probably not. But did the knights come back and be like, it fucking breathed fire at me? And people were like, yeah.
Yeah,
like
nice.
they probably bullshitted, absolutely, but like they probably did have something large lizard wise to fight.
Okay.
That hot breath was just bad dental hygiene.
Stank.
Get that hot breath away from me. Ugh.
So T, what myth did you want to be real?
So, here's the thing, right? The idea of fae would be wonderful, right? Fae, fairies, the whole 9.
Is it like the nice fairies or the bad fairies?
That's the problem.
Oh.
You get both.
You get both. You can't just have one or the other. So are they really that great?
I'm not saying they're great. It's just saying, did you want it real or not? Would you want the fae to be real?
Can I catch a leprechaun?
Yes.
I'm down.
Good luck fighting Conor McGregor. That man's a full-grown leprechaun.
If it was Conor McGregor's technical ability, but he was also as tall as a leprechaun, I'd take my chances.
Conor McGregor is an elder leprechaun.
Still only like 4 feet tall. Just
Yeah,
do one of
honestly,
these numbers.
You use your dick as a
like being
fucking
tall.
speed bag.
If you have the size advantage, you'll take the chances because you have reach over them.
No,
It's like the Annabelle doll. Like, just tee it up for a punt.
Chucky, fucking
Yeah, it's just,
get a bat.
That's the one kind of horror movie I don't want to watch.
Chucky?
Anything with dolls. Or like Alan had me watch The Boy. Right?
You know, technically,
That movie sucked ass. It was a good movie, but it sucked ass.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I thought it was so it was a
It was a good movie.
it was a hilarious movie for one scene in particular. It sold the whole movie. It made the whole movie worth it in my mind. Do you remember the scene?
No, because I blocked out the majority of that movie.
Okay, fair enough. Do you think you two will ever actually watch The Boy?
No.
You're spoiling it for a lot of people, though.
Well, disclaimer now.
Just go.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. If you ever want to see a B-list fucking horror movie,
Skip ahead 2 minutes.
yeah, max.
If
It's not
that.
gonna be long.
Go.
Yeah.
So, the whole premise is this rich couple, like, they go away because they're planning to kill themselves, but they hire someone to watch
I don't
the
remember
boy,
that part.
and the boy is a doll in the likeness of their late son, who died in a house fire.
Mm-hmm.
So they hired this nanny to take care of the boy, the doll. And they go off, they load their pockets with rocks, and they walk into the lake, and fucking, it's assumed that they killed themselves.
Did they try therapy?
No.
Oh.
So they kill themselves,
They're rich white people.
and now the maid, the babysitter, whatever, is left with the boy. And spoiler alert, the boy's not dead.
He's in the wall.
He lives in the walls.
No. Hell no.
And he uses the doll as like the projection of himself,
There'd just
because
be bullet holes in my walls.
He just moves. No, he
no,
moves
that
the doll.
house will be on fire.
yeah, so
That too.
he creeps out
Bullet
and he
holes
like
first,
moves the
then
doll,
fire.
right?
Yeah.
So it's that the doll is supposed to be his like projection, and he'll still like grab stuff from around the house, and the doll moves because he moves it. But towards the end of the movie,
This man's crazy.
the maid's boyfriend shows up, and he's like, where the fuck have you been? I've been trying to get a hold of you, this and that and that and this. And he's like, just, this is a stupid fucking doll, you could leave whenever you want. And at this point, she's been Stockholmed by the doll, and the like jealous boyfriend's like, it's a fucking doll, and he takes it by the ankles and he overheads it onto the floor, and the porcelain face just shatters. And then you hear the house like start to rumble because it's assumed that it's a possessed doll. And then he just fucking bursts through the drywall ready to beat the boyfriend's ass.
What the fuck?
And he's wearing like a visage of the porcelain doll's face on his face.
With that, okay, funny thing, okay, this is hilarious to me. I was scrolling on Instagram once, and I found a freaking video that was like the boy, or the man who was in The Boy, that specific scene, but it's with that, okay, the whole masked people, that's a huge thing on Book Talk right now. But everybody was giving her hate for that one.
I mean, so while he was living in the walls, she noticed some of her
Creepy.
she noticed some of her clothes missing, specifically like a pair of panties. And it's because he made a like sex doll in like the crawl space where he lived. And the pair of panties were like on the doll with some very well placed stains.
Ooh.
I don't remember this.
It was a dirty doll. It was a
Gross.
dirty doll.
A lot of fiberglass and walls too running around in there.
Well, it wasn't like an up to date house, you know?
It was an older house.
Yeah.
But it was a big house.
It was a big house.
Going like on horror kind of topic. I saw like this one video of like, this is what you should do in horror. There's this one guy walking like through the streets. He looks down an alley and he sees a girl with her like all messed up and like all creepy. He looks at her. He just starts running the other way.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what you should do. And she looks like, oh, he didn't come down here. Like, oh, he didn't investigate. Oh,
Yeah.
We watched a whole movie because of one scene in the trailer was a realistic horror movie moment where I think it was The Empty Man. So the detective, he comes into the woods, right? And he sees this like huge pyre of fire and a bunch of people just like running in a circle, like chanting around it, right?
Oh my god,
And he's
that
like,
thing. Oh.
that's fucking crazy.
And he starts to back up.
Yeah, he starts to back up and they all
Slowly.
stop. And then they all turn in his direction. And he
'Cause
takes
they-
one
like,
step back.
Didn't he like step onto something?
Yeah, he
Like,
stepped
he's-
on like a twig and it snapped
Yeah.
and they all stopped.
Do you ever watch that Fire Lookout game?
I've seen that game.
Very,
yeah.
very similar premise.
So everyone stops. They look. He takes one step back. They all take one step forward. He takes 2 steps. They take 2 steps. He's like,
And then
fuck
he
this.
runs.
Yeah, just turns around and bolts,
Books
and
it.
they all just fucking dead sprint him.
Shit. I would have at least...
Through water.
If they took 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, in synchronized with me.
Yeah. You take 2 steps. They take 2 steps forward.
If they're standing by the fire, I'm just going to quick dive left, dive right, see if they follow that, try to get them to jump into the fire. If that doesn't work, then
They
I'm
would have had to
there.
go backwards.
So would he have?
They were
If
coming
he
towards
walked
him.
forward, would they walk backwards?
Are you walking towards a
No.
group of people that synchronize with your step?
I mean...
To test it, like I'll take one
I'll
step.
definitely take 1 step to see if it's like synchronized with everything I'm doing. Because, like I said, if it is, I'm gonna try to jump backwards to see if they'll jump into the fire.
Well, you've ruined the movie.
Honestly, the movie was still a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Like, we wanted to watch that movie for that one scene alone, but the rest of the movie
wanna
turned
watch
out
it
to be
again.
a good movie.
All right. Freaking. So I saw also a video. This is not like horror, but so I saw a video of like, I think it's Vancouver, Canada, where for a crosswalk they have bricks.
Oh yes, the
You guys-
be seen brick.
Yeah, be seen brick. I'm like, in America, it would just have your gun out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, this is a good idea if we have it implemented in America, but I feel like the problem would be someone would take the bricks.
I'd steal
Yeah.
one. Are you kidding me?
I was like, the BC brick is like nice because
I don't know what this
no
means.
one wants to
Hold on,
get their
hold on,
car
hold on.
damaged.
T hasn't heard of this before.
So is it Vancouver, Canada?
It's I don't know
Pretty
this
sure.
I
specific
just heard
city, but it's like a
Vancouver.
big city that's notorious for not letting pedestrians walk
Okay,
like across the street.
like
So to counter that, someone put a bunch of foam bricks. They look like bricks, but they're foam. And they put them in a basket on each side of the road. So you grab a brick because no one wants a brick thrown at them.
or
You
the
cross the
car.
road and you just put the brick back.
In America, we would have guns out because you don't want to get shot.
Isn't that a charge too, though?
Oh yeah, throwing it like pulling out a gun without
Yeah, just pulling out a gun is a charge.
without actual like because it's a threat, right? And that
Yeah, I mean, guns last resort. Guns like you are going to get
yeah, it's
hurt.
life
or death.
Yeah, life to death situation. Alan, do you have a topic? Did you?
I would say if you could have any fictional food across any media, what would you choose?
Like
Any media, you could have the cat chef from Monster Hunter whip you up some like whimsical meal, or you could be in the kitchen with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy high off their ass with a black credit card with no limit. Like what would you want to like try? Like you could even
eggs made from calcifer.
Calcifer's breakfast? Okay.
I honestly really haven't thought about that because I feel like in Food Wars, right? And I'm thinking like when you said that, I was like thinking of Food Wars, but
I mean, yeah, there's some good
You-
looking food.
you can make those foods in real life.
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah.
can, but I'll even give you the same effects of whatever media you pulled it from. Like if you want to go full
Am I gonna die if I eat it? Because some of them are definitely like heart attacks on a bun.
you will face no adverse effects to your health.
I want that fucking crappy patty from.
The nasty bird?
No,
the nasty
no, the one that's like the guy gets like the triple patty deep fried on a stick.
Oh, the big fish?
Yeah,
Like, where's
yeah.
my pickles?
No. It's like just some random dude who comes up. He's like, I'll have a triple Krabby Patty Supreme, deep fried on a stick with mayonnaise.
Never heard of
With
it.
mayonnaise. It's like one really obscure episode. I do remember that one.
It's a really obscure one, yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have one because I guess in my answer would just be like something from Food Wars that would be fucking delicious, like a meat fucking
Like the fucking meat girl on Food Wars.
yeah. her fucking food is like has all you fucking need, the meat, the rice. It's just a giant bowl of fucking food, and I would fucking love that. Because I'm not too picky. It's, meat and rice, I would live off of that forever.
I'm surprised, Brock, you didn't go for Rengoku's lunch off of the Mugen
I like
train.
bentos, don't get me wrong, but
Mentos could be a lot of things. You can
you can have a lot of different
That's like
shit in
different
bento box.
combinations.
Yeah,
That's just
bento
what
box
it's-
is like just
yeah.
the physical
Yeah,
like
but-
box.
yeah. T, what did you already?
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
Calcifer's breakfast.
What's that?
It's just bacon and eggs over an open fire.
Yeah, but it has to be made by Howl over Calcifer.
With some bread. Some day-old bread just chilling on the table.
And the funny thing is, I would eat that bacon. And I don't even like bacon.
She hates bacon. It looked like
I
thick
hate
cut
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah.
too.
It really did.
Like that thing was basically like a fucking ham steak.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of bacon, when I went to B-Dubs today,
What's beat ups for some of our non
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
I went to.
I feel like that's all over the nation.
I know, but some
Yeah.
people get
Like
like
you're fair, but
some weirdos call it BW3s.
Yeah, fucking weirdos. Anyways,
those are weird.
our friend he got a burger, and he got a fucking thick fucking slab of bacon. I was like, God damn, that's fucking just ham at this point.
yeah.
You think bacon like kind of thin? That thing was
Usually
thick.
expensive bacon's usually really thick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bacon was thick. He's like, it wasn't that good. I was like, oh. I always go the safe route and get chicken. Anywhere, if I go anywhere new, I will always get fried chicken.
Really?
Or like any sort of chicken, I will get any sort of chicken anywhere new because that.
I mean, fuck, if they can't cook chicken right, they probably can't cook a lot of things right.
If they can't cook chicken right, I don't think they should. They should be
Cooking?
open. Yeah, or cooking. Yeah.
I'll take you to some obscure place that doesn't have chicken on the menu.
Oh
Excuse me.
God.
We're going to Pernal. We're gonna get you like a corn dog joint. I'm gonna take you to get euros.
We went to go get hot dogs today.
I think you can still get chicken at Euro places.
Because chicken is universal.
Chicken's like a substitute to
Uh-huh.
lamb because like a lot of people argue with lamb.
You
I don't
can-
like Euros either way. I don't care what's on them.
That's
Aha.
crazy to me.
Euros.
That's like a whole food that you're not gonna like experience.
That's fine.
Brock, what topic did you have today?
If you could live in any game, what game would you live in?
Ooh.
Final Fantasy 14.
That was a fast answer.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy games are the best games I have played. I would love to ride a chocobo. I would love to fucking be able to fucking cast spells.
Yeah.
I would love to fight monsters. It's like Monster Hunter, but I like Final Fantasy. But it's better. It's better than me. It's better to me that I like Final Fantasy 14 better than Monster Hunter. Sorry, Alan.
No, I don't know. It's a fair question. It's a tough question because there's a lot of good games, and I don't know if I'd necessarily.
Cause like it's a big world. Final Fantasy is a big,
Mhm.
like Final Fantasy 14 is a big world.
Final Fantasy's got what, like 20 something games now?
Theoretically, with like all this like
If you
different,
combine all the fucking
Yeah.
offshoots, you're
Yeah.
even higher than
yeah,
that.
cause like it's at 16 now.
Yeah. Plus all the offshoots, you got to be looking at
Mhm.
least 26,
Yeah,
27.
Final
games.
Fantasy 13
I-
has like
There's
3 games in total, I
Mhm.
believe. Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, like 13
I
2.
mean, there's all the offshoots for like
Lightning
the
Returns.
DS, the PSP,
The Game
and all
Boy.
of those, the Game
Yeah.
Boy. Like,
the Stydia fucking Final Fantasies with all like you get the characters from other Final Fantasy
Yep.
games. I fucking love that. That was awesome to me.
I think I will hold.
It's like a dream. Like, oh, I want these 2 fucking characters I love in the same
you
game.
can't normally play.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you get them in the game. I'm like, fucking love it.
I'm gonna let Brock go next.
I mean,
because
Red Dead Redemption 2, hands down.
God damn it.
You're gonna
Fast
die
ass.
of a disease.
You kidding me? I mean, I'm not gonna get tuberculosis.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. But dude, the ability to do Deadeye. Like, that shit's awesome.
You would rule the world.
Seriously, like, you'd be unstoppable.
Like, is that the only reason why you would want to be in Red Dead?
Dude, I mean, literally, like, first of all, getting money is not difficult.
Yeah.
Second of all, you could just literally spend all your time camping out and fishing, hunting. Like, you could rob a train if you wanted to. I mean, you can go all over the country on a horse or a train.
Unexplored.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, all of that shit's, like, fresh wilderness and shit like that. Like, that just sounds like a blast.
T. Allen, did you want to go next on what game you want?
I don't think I'd live in a game.
Minecraft?
No.
No.
Ori?
No.
Animal Crossing.
Ooh.
No.
I might live in Animal Crossing. That sounds pretty dope.
It sounds boring
You're
because you
fishing.
don't really get to
Yeah.
leave the island.
Like,
there
they
are-
have the Dodo airline.
They do, and you get to leave that way, but you don't get to ever go back to the same island. And then it's not necessarily... There's no big adventure.
True. Sometimes you don't need that.
Which I understand, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could just farm, grow fruit,
Take
Old
care of
house.
the random strangers that wash up on your island.
yeah, deal with stupid animals, stupid problems.
No, I'm okay.
I have a quick question.
What?
Is that if you live in there, right, Alan? Would you? Is it just one life, or can you respawn like in Minecraft? Or
If
in
I
Red
could
Dead?
respawn indefinitely, I think.
Is that like a yes? Because that's
If
what
I
I
could
Do
kind of.
respawn
you also feel
indefinitely, I'm doing
pain?
Helldivers.
Do you also feel pain?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Absolutely.
You feel everything that
Animal
while you're there.
Crossing. I'll go to Animal Crossing. The worst thing is you're bit by a spider.
Yeah.
You
You feel a
respawn the
little
next
nauseous.
no.
day.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, no, if I can respawn infinitely, I'm doing Helldivers.
So you would switch to Helldivers?
Yeah, I'd
instead
switch to
of-
Helldivers, yeah. Because, like, if there's no, like, punishment for dying, I'm 100% just traveling the fucking universe, shooting shit with it, using huge explosives. Like, that sounds like a fucking blast.
He's gonna be in a lot of pain.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'd be fucking blown to bits.
Yeah, 100%. Get stepped on, you get friendly
make money.
fire.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, who needs money when you have a perfect democracy?
Managed,
Super Earth!
not perfect. Managed democracy.
It's a perfect managed democracy. Do I need to call a democracy officer?
I'm going to Elden Ring.
You would want to be in Elden Ring.
Okay,
That
so
sounds horrifying.
That's
That
what I was thinking.
the potential boundless. The loot awesome. The war crimes limitless.
Yeah, fight Ricard in first person as a you,
Ricard or Radon?
Ricard.
Which one is that in the DLC?
No, the lava fucking nasty ass.
Oh, the magma worm?
Yeah.
Wyvern?
No, not the magma wyvern. It's the magma boss.
Which magma boss?
I think you get a certain.
Are you talking about the
you,
fire
you get
giant?
the wind sword you have to use to defeat the boss.
Has he got that far?
You might. I think it's an optional boss.
I don't remember fighting him.
Okay. Yeah, Radon. Yeah, fight Radon. Fucking first handed. The dude literally controls the stars.
Hear me out though.
Would you be first person?
I would imagine if you're in the game, you're seeing out of your own two eyes.
Probably, yeah.
Would you be able to? You should.
If I myself am running around swinging swords, I am okay. If I am playing a video game that's in first person, I am fucked. My motion sickness, I will shit myself.
quick question then. You know how you can roll the dodge attack? Are you able to do that too, or when you roll, they still can hit you?
I'm getting my iframes. Fuck you guys.
All right, he can take his iframes, but he's got to learn how to roll when he first gets into the game. So he's gonna have to like dive and like face plant the ground
So
to
you-
figure out how to roll.
Yeah.
first.
You'll be invincible when you roll and dodge, is like that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you can't, because that's a big part
And
of
he's
that
got to be
game.
able to do it without getting dizzy.
Oh God.
You're fucked.
Fair enough.
You're gonna die like
I'll have to
that
find
so
my
many
first
times.
maiden and just backstab random people until I get enough stamina to get the 100% physical blocking shield.
Yeah, no, the actually isn't there?
There's a handful of them.
Like the knights at the beginning of the game, do they carry a 100% physical damage block? The gold one?
They carry a really nice one, but if you don't want to
Maybe
farm
it's not
it,
100. Maybe it's like 90.
you
Yeah, you
don't-
have to farm it too, don't you?
yeah, it's like 90. There is 100. There's a perfect 100% physical attack, blocking, shield, and it's out of a chest.
Word.
And I remember getting it on my first playthrough, but since I started a new one, I totally forgot where it is.
That game's so big.
Yeah.
Especially with the DLC now, too.
I'll get to explore. I'll have summons.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in a lot of pain all the time, but hopefully it all pays off after I become Elden Lord.
I get to hit
Dung Lord.
balloons
Dung
with
Lord.
a slingshot.
Or T gets cool presents out of the fucking sky because she has a slingshot that she dug out of the ground. Brock gets to farm for 7-10. And Kip gets to hug cacti and ride chocobos.
Why would I want to hug a cacti?
You wouldn't want to befriend the cactus-looking motherfucker
Be
from...
friends, but I'm not gonna fucking hug it.
Why not?
You don't hug your friends?
No,
I see how it is.
you're welcome.
I'm going to touch you after this.
Please don't.
If you will, I don't. Can you do that in private? I don't think we want to see
Kip,
that.
you want to come
I
to my
need a
room later?
witness. She might touch me inappropriately. But also, like in Final Fantasy 14, there's so many different classes you can fucking choose from too.
Isn't there a pirate class in one of the Final Fantasies?
I think there's like a gunslinger.
I remember the gunslinger. It's been a long time since I've played a Final Fantasy game.
But going off of that, like my D&D campaign I want to do with you guys is like Final Fantasy kind of based. You'll have I'll send you guys the classes and the sheets and everything. It's like you guys are starting off as adventurers, like in Final Fantasy 14.
Word.
And please,
So, dude, if that's a game that you're like that passionate about, I'd 100% play a D&D campaign based around that, because it's like you clearly give a shit about the game.
There's one thing I want before
it's not
that.
going to be exactly the game. It's
Right.
going to be my own story of like it's going to be like a basic story. You got the light and the evil. I'm only having like 2 gods in it, where the obviously like cliche, the evil one's going to try and get resurrected and stuff.
Right.
But the story's going to be more in depth and stuff.
Word. I like that.
So I will send you guys that stuff probably soon.
Is there a gunslinger class?
There's a gunslinger class.
I would call it the gunslinger.
There's a samurai. There's a fucking ninja. There's a fucking dragoon. So like a spear. Like it's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. That sounds awesome.
What do you think? What class do you think T would be?
She wants to be a healer. It would be white mage.
Now, what
I get
class?
to be white.
She gets more privileged than all those black mages.
Does she have a certain set of robes?
They're white and pointy.
You do get white robes.
I can tell she's gonna start ironing them as soon as she gets them.
And a pointy hat.
I was gonna say, why are you cutting points into your hood?
I did no such thing.
No, okay, Kip. What class do you think Brock would be?
Oh, I'm
I want to see what you think,
That's fair.
and then
That's fair.
like what we would,
Yeah.
because like just what you think we would be, and then tell us like a handful of classes that you think we'd be interested in.
I would have to need to look up the classes again.
Just like off the top of your head.
off the
Like,
top of my
they don't
head,
have to be like
I
super
didn't think
specific.
Brock you were gonna be gunslinger.
No.
I thought you were gonna be more of like a fighter, like a dragoon.
Yeah, no, I definitely would be. It's probably easily number 2.
Then like Alan, for you, it would either like to be kind of like cliche, either
What,
samurai,
kinda racist?
some sort of
Racist?
like fighter, warrior,
Samurai
or
ninja.
just just say a little.
I always thought the like glaives were really cool. So like the dragoons always like caught my attention because
Yeah.
the spear warriors are super cool.
Yeah.
You know, like
The
things
distance too is a really helpful thing with
like
a spear.
the distance, the power, the leverage.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like you could do some like leaping shit with a spear where you like put the blade in the ground and like use it as
Yeah.
like a vault, you know.
You would be a monk. That's because I feel like you just want to punch things. That's you.
Yeah, that's
You want to
fair
hit
enough, too.
things.
Punch things and hit things with a blunt object.
Just berserker.
Not sharp.
Not
Blunt.
sharp. It has to be.
I was gonna say
blunt.
you want to hit them a couple of times
Yeah.
before they stop.
If
moving.
my sword bounces off, I'm not satisfied. if their skull caves in, I'm gonna feel pretty satisfied.
Or like there's another one called the Dark Knight. I think that
Dark Knight would be a cool
I think that would
class.
be cool for you. But for T, it would be definitely some sort of like support class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's how I know you are. Brock would probably
What's that
like
supposed to mean?
some sort of either you would have a sword
It's because I'm a woman.
or a gun. That's
Yeah,
why.
the sword definitely pretty early on would definitely be something I had to grab. But like if the option for range is always awesome.
And also for T, something along the line of being a summoner.
Yeah.
She can have like
Yeah,
pets. Technically,
I want a familiar.
familiar. Yeah,
yeah. Like
So-
that would be along your lines.
There was it was
Be
a
sweets.
it was a D&D idea that I had stumbled across that sounded really cool. It was a barbarian stumbles across Excalibur, right?
Oh god.
And he's obviously a barbarian, so he just muscles the sword and the stone. So he's like, it's a fucking club. But the more like heroic deeds he does with it, the more of the stone breaks off, and the more worthy he is of the sword underneath.
that's pretty cool.
And I was like, that's pretty fucking awesome. Where he like
That is.
finishes a heroic deed and bashes a dragon's skull in with his fucking rock, and then when he pulls it away, it's less rock.
Right. Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
pretty cool.
"Aw."
I like that.
Is that like
Oh.
is that like a thing you want to see come true, or did you want to be like
It was
the dungeon mastering that?
No, it was an idea I had seen while I was scrolling. It was someone's idea for a D&D campaign as a. It sounded like a cool idea. I was like, that sounds really fucking awesome. I like the story building behind it.
That's kind of weird. Would you? There would be one player that has to be the barbarian, though, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure the like specifics behind how the idea was pitched, but I just caught the idea passing through while I was scrolling. I was like, man, that's really.
You have to have a character with stupid strength.
Oh yeah, just be like
just to
lugging
get
around
that
a
in the first
boulder.
place. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He'd be the one to try.
What's the next topic?
I think it's T's turn for the next topic here.
Yeah.
I thought it was Brock's turn.
We
No,
did one.
Brock just did. What game we would want to be
Oh,
in?
that was Brock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, mine is kind of similar to last week. So picture this: we're all in a horror movie setting. You can pick the horror movie. Who's dying first,
Me.
and who survives?
Who dies first and why?
Yeah,
So it'd be all four of us then, right?
yeah. But it has to be the four of us.
Alan has an element of
He has dumb luck.
dumb
I have
luck, but he also has a
wild
dumb
luck.
curiosity about some shit.
He would be the one to trigger the whole thing, but he would be
he's-
the one to survive.
He might be the person going first. That's where his odds fall.
It's a 50-50.
Open.
I
the door.
either might be the first to die or the
because
last
like I
to
feel
die.
like me and Kip are gonna be like, absolutely the fuck not, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'll go look.
Hey, look, guys! I found this book underneath the cabin, covered in razor wire and bound in human flesh.
See, but that's
Yeah.
my thing. You would be the person who would touch the book, who would actively react to the book.
To be
And then
fair,
someone to your left dies. And that would be me.
in the
that would be
movie,
me.
in the movie, it didn't happen when he touched the book. He mumbled the words out loud
And
for
you
no
totally would do it.
Quiet
And you would
place.
say it's so wrong.
Quiet Place. Who dies first?
reason. Oh,
Me.
Yeah, probably.
My big ass mouth.
I was gonna say like I can go weeks without even saying a word to myself, so it's like I can
No, I
can
talk
make
to
it
myself.
I could make it pretty far. I think what would get me is like accidentally like burping. Like you'd be out, you'd be like, ah. Like, it'd just be like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
I think my biggest detriment to A Quiet Place horror would be trying to pick up and learn ASL.
What if you had to take a massive shit?
You underestimate the strength of my sphincter.
but like, what if this is like this like
Pointing at
unsavable?
everything.
The
But what if this is like unsavable though? Like
What
this
do you
is
mean unsavable?
like faucet. Like it's a fire hose. Like it's just
Okay. I raised you,
like
right?
what's your plan to mute that sound? Because like that's gonna be a
No,
big issue.
No. Hear me out.
Why do you have to point with it?
Because if I have it that bad and
determination
there's
on your face.
no and I have to take a shit. I know it's gonna be like really a violent
What
event.
if you don't know?
If the urge strikes me randomly in a quiet place and I have to stay quiet while I'm doing it, I will squat down and I will grip my ass cheeks open and try to make sure my ass is not touching. So no flap, just wind and maybe a little water.
You could play like a version of like Russian roulette in that universe where you all just eat like a couple cans of baked beans and just sit around and just wait.
I was just showing Kip. There was a 6-panel comic I was reading before this, and it was they were making fun of They're making fun of a like an erotic movie. I don't remember that. 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you wouldn't understand. My choices are very singular. She's like, I would love to learn.
What the hell?
And he's like, here, drink this. And she's like, is this an aphrodisiac? And he's like, no. That's it. And he's just like in scuba gear now, and he's like, don't tell me when. I prefer to be surprised.
Just hearing the fucking like flippers just
Flap, flap, whack. So, in a quiet place, struck with random bouts of diarrhea, I think I'll be okay. I
would, if I needed to take a fucking goddamn dump, I would need to
not
find
what I
like,
would've been
but like what if you think it's gonna be silent coming out and then like as soon as it just happens you're like
nope, I'm not holding any bounds. I would rather shit myself holding my asshole open than to die from a fucking monster based off sound.
all right, let's move on.
Kip, what's your horror movie and what's your scenario?
I don't really watch horror movies unless it's with you guys.
I don't know. Pick a scary game, I guess. I don't know.
Just something horror related.
Something scary.
Just who do you think would die first, and who
Fri-
do you think would live?
I'll do
It depends on the situation.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
Jason movies.
Okay, Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Sorry, T, that you are gonna die first.
Jason Voorhees
Why?
finds you first. It's because you have Crocs.
Leave my Crocs
And
alone.
he mistakes them for his hockey mask.
He's like, you're wearing my mask.
He's like, get your feet out of my mask.
You just get a really close look at his mask and it just says Crocs.
Brand.
You can have 'em. I have white ones.
He's
I have 2
sponsored.
pairs.
I would feel like you would die first. Brock and I would definitely not go with fist or like any melee weapons.
I
that
feel
would
like-
be you.
Yeah,
Club all day.
He would club and fucking hit him,
No.
and you would just stand like there. What
Hear
are
me
you
out.
doing, buddy?
Yeah, I feel like me and Kip are gonna be like the person that's like we'll figure out we'll find a car.
No, not even a
I
fucking
don't know,
car. I'm
some-
gonna
we'll
go
find-
drive to a fucking gun store. Fucking get a shotgun.
Come back after I've escaped. It's like, nah, this is not. I'm not letting
No.
this guy get away.
No,
Absolutely not.
because what they like in the movies. I think it's the most recent one where the town was beating the fuck out of him, and he fucking got up. I'm like, fucking shoot him in the fucking head.
Yeah, no, you
I
gotta.
didn't watch the latest
You gotta
one.
put him down.
I haven't watched a single one of those ones.
I fucking hated that movie. I was like, why? Just fucking shoot him in the head. I'll fucking get a shotgun, put a hole in this motherfucker. If he comes back, I'm gonna put more holes in him. You're not coming back up.
Hope you
gonna
got a
go through his
bulletproof
mask.
hockey mask.
First, I'm gonna shoot your legs off so you can't move. So I have more time to run back to the fucking gun store, come back with more ammo.
I only bought 2 bullets. I'll be right back.
You make a double barrel quick.
Only 2 shots at a time.
Get 10 cents off. You bring back empty shells.
I have shell deposits.
Where did the shells go? Wait.
We gotta refill those.
Alright,
I imagine we're probably almost done.
what time are we at?
45 minutes.
15 more minutes. Does anyone else need to say what
we
horror?
we got 2 more horror. Because T, have you already shared the one that you had envisioned?
Honestly, I thought it would be like a summer camp thing or a cabin in the woods kind of scenario. But I think it has to be like The Cabin in the Woods, the movie.
Which one?
Where you could pick something in the cabin, and it determines what's coming after you. I hated that ending.
I'm burning down the cabin and finding a Hampton Inn.
You know?
We ran out of gas. We have no choice.
I'll walk. Hitchhike.
You don't even know. You haven't gone in there.
Moss always points towards civilization. I learned that from SpongeBob.
What? What episode was that?
It's Moss always grows facing a certain cardinal direction. I can't remember.
North.
Is it north? So it's like usually north's a pretty good way to travel.
You see Brock just going in a circle.
Yeah, just be like, I swear, that's Moss. That's Moss.
He's like, well, where'd I go wrong?
I'd rather walk in a circle being directed by Moss than whatever the fuck's in that cabin. So
Yeah.
I could confidently say any, and I mean any zombie horror apocalypse movie,
TOG.
T kills herself.
Yeah,
Man,
I will
you are
kill
just
myself.
first to die every single time. I'm sorry.
Well, here's where I tell you, the majority of the time, I will be there for you as much as I can until I'm like, I'm just gonna sacrifice myself. You guys, go ahead.
The first jump
Do it
scare,
without
she's
me.
like, I'm out, I'm done.
No, I'm okay with jump scares.
Oh my god, can you imagine? You're living in a horror movie and the jump scares are real?
Oh God, no!
God, I would fucking...
I'd freeze.
I would feel a lot more confident just because I probably would be armed. So it's like, just have like a sawed-off shotgun on your waist, and anything that gets in your face, just blast it backwards.
It's like the thing,
It's a lot less scary when it's got 13 holes in it.
the cliche is someone right at the window. You're like, bam!
Yeah, seriously, just start training that reaction up. Just everything that moves in front of you, just get a 357 and just start splitting heads.
Yeah,
I think
logically, I'll just fucking have a gun on me entire
Yeah, I was
time.
gonna say, guns solve a lot of problems in horror movies.
Yeah.
in a horror movie trope, since we're talking about scary movies and spooky season already,
It's a great season.
what is everyone's favorite cryptid and why?
Favorite what?
What's the
Cryptid,
definition of
like-
cryptid?
Oh, it could be like the Headless Horseman, Skinwalkers, Wendigo, Bigfoot, Mothman, the Jersey Devil.
Bigfoot, Bigfoot,
Any,
No, I have no reason. It's just Bigfoot. I hate the other ones.
Because he's got big feet.
because he's a clown.
I hate clowns, actually, so never mind.
According to this, dragons are a cryptid.
Dragons? Can I choose dragons? No,
Yeah,
I choose
A
dragons.
cryptid is technically an animal that is theorized to exist, but has never had found any proof of existing.
Okay, dragons. Thank you, bro.
Okay, well that was the quick and dirty. Brock?
Skinwalkers are pretty dope, but like Mothman's pretty sweet. It's just Mothman.
Doesn't
At
he?
Pride, we saw a sticker of Mothman, and I wanted to get it for you.
There's this T-shirt that I really want. That it was like I went to North Carolina and I met Mothman, and it wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice.
Yeah, that's all the shirt is, and it's just like Mothman looming over like a tree line.
Did you guys hear about Alan's new T-shirt that he got?
No.
Oh, I'll wear it. I'm not sure when I will, but while we were at Pride, you guys know that I work with cars,
Yeah.
and because I work with cars, I see the Snap-on men.
Okay,
And while I was at Pride, there was a T-shirt vendor that had strap-on in the Snap-on font. So I was like, I gotta buy it. I like $20-$30 later.
It was $35 later.
I'm paying the
Jeez.
lady, and I'm like, I can't wait to wear this on the strap-on truck come Monday. And one of the patrons just turns her head really slowly, and she's like, "Where did you say you're going on Monday?" I was like, "Yeah."
They're like, I've never heard of this place.
I'm like, "It feels like it." Yeah. No. So.
Do sirens count?
Yeah, I would count sirens as a cryptid.
I'd choose that one.
You choose sirens? Like what kind of sirens? Like the
Well,
sing and lure men.
If I was
to their-
sailing out in the middle of the ocean and I just started hearing singing, I'd be like, "Can we go the other way?"
Yeah, can we go that
yes,
way?
but you're smart, okay?
But hear me out. You're also
It's supposed to lull you to your death. You don't realize it. It brings you in.
a heterosexual male at sea for months on end.
Exactly.
You're a horny guy. And the guy across the cabin's been jerking off in his hammock.
You can't even see land, and your brain is like, "There's hot women out there," and it's like, "Where? Where? They can't be anywhere. You're going to die. Turn it around."
Remember,
Yeah,
you've also
yeah.
been at sea for a long time.
So you know
So
that
you're
there's
going
nothing
crazy.
coming up over the horizon.
I
Yes,
mean,
but you're
you-
also going crazy.
you've been at
Isolation.
sea. You might be
No.
approaching land.
Livy, I don't. You guys are. I think you guys think that being on a boat was a lot harder. Like they used to do plays. Like they had entertainment all the fucking time. Like it wasn't like just
I'm
this
good.
miserable fucking existence. It's like when you had no food and no water because you were broke or bad pirates. Then it sucked. but
You're
like,
a
it's
sea
like
bum.
it's like they like even sirens would lure like ships full of like British officers, where it's just like, these guys are really bad at their fucking job.
That's the point.
Yeah, and also I think sirens are like hideous too. So imagine like getting there and being like, oh fuck.
Well, you
man."
don't realize that
Yeah,
until
yeah,
after
yeah,
you're dead.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, until you're there dying.
Yeah, when the
but your
clamshell
last
bra
thought is
falls
like,
off.
Damn it.
Just instant regret.
Yeah.
Or gorgons. I think that'd be
Gorgons are
pretty
cool.
Gorgons would be pretty cool, to be real.
So then what mythology would you guys want to be a part of? I feel like you would be like the Norse.
Oh yeah,
Brock
100%.
would be Norse.
Yeah.
T, what would you want to like be a part of?
I have no idea what it's technically called, but anything with fae, fairies, pixies, leprechauns, the whole nine, any of those.
Oh, so something along that lines.
Mm-hmm.
Alan?
You can find that in almost any.
You know, there's one that comes to mind really vividly, but it's not one. It's not one specifically. It's what the fuck was it? It was from a creepypasta.
Oh Lord.
I would think it'd be really cool for the NFC, the Nightmare Fight NFC, Nightmare
Club.
Fight Club, because they pulled from like everywhere: Japanese, Irish, Celtic.
I think that would be really cool to have every region have their own like mythology be a real thing, and then
Yeah.
people participate in all of those.
And just a fucking gladiatorial pit of nightmares
Well, I
and
didn't say that part,
cryptids
but-
and I think that'd be really cool.
See who's the toughest.
The
I
only
would
shitty
definitely-
part was there's also 7 unwilling human participants that get abducted that fight in there as well.
And he has to be one of them.
Oh.
So, that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
But like on the same note, that'd be kind of fucking badass if you were not one of those 7 and you get to see it televised.
I would definitely want to see like all these like religions like be real and all of them exist, like coexist, and see who has the most like followers. I would say like Christianity
I was
would.
just gonna say Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, but it would definitely be like Christianity and but then if you think about it,
If there's like undeniable proof that it's all real.
yeah, if it was undeniable, like they would come and descend down. That would,
I mean, the point of Christianity is that God is the God of gods.
yeah.
Like he's the one true God. That's kind of the whole point. So I think that like yes, that would really be interesting. And you would definitely have your subsets. I don't know if it'd be much different than it is today though, because there's pagans today still too that worship.
There are.
Yeah. So it's like I think it just most people would be lazy and be like, yeah, fuck it, God.
Yeah, that is true. It would just be interesting to see, but then I want to be like put a twist.
It would be really interesting to see. I'm not denying
Like I
it,
feel
yeah.
like, do you think there would be more religion wars going on then?
Oh, that's what all
Absolutely.
wars would be.
Yeah.
All war would be religious war, 100%. Like, there'd be no territorial war. There'd be no need to be, because it's like your gods are restricted to your land.
Yeah.
Unless it's like so it's like if you're waging a holy war to take over another religious land to get more land for your gods.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like I think it all would just fall under religious at that point.
Could you, like, as you said, like,
For
it would
holy
be
war.
like, you know, it would be to your land. What would America, like, I would understand
Native American. Yeah, it's probably where it would lie. So it's like just kind of interpreting it as in like where your original starting points are. So like the people who started in that area.
Okay.
So
So then, like,
for Jerusalem.
So mainly Native American and Latin and like South American people are primarily obviously North America, South America.
Yeah.
Like most white people are gonna be Northern European.
yeah.
Middle Eastern, African, so on and so forth. So it's like you'd probably all be in like the respective area of like where they started. But
What
We
so,
would never meet, guys.
so let's put a twist on it, like saying, hey, also that, hey, you want to believe in that, you would have to start living over there.
not true, by the way. In Norse mythology, traveling to other pantheons is actually part of it.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna meet Kip or I'm gonna meet Alan.
Well, I can travel to their pantheon.
You can travel. That doesn't mean I'm gonna travel.
Fucking losers.
Have you heard about Kip and Alan? Let me tell you about them real quick.
They were really great guys.
Lord and Savior.
Yeah, I would wanna. Who would fucking get taken over first then?
Probably Africa.
Honestly, the fucking Aztecs probably would win.
They were fucking huge.
They were huge and they were fucking violent.
Yeah.
Like they had like bloodlust, dude. That's like they had some really, really, really like angry. Like I can't say angry. I should say violent gods. It's like and like they probably would have made it really far because they just attacked.
I don't know. Like, if I saw an Aztec warrior, like, just, we'll say, like, the salt flats, so there's no advantage either way. If I saw an Aztec warrior versus a Christian crusader in full chainmail, I'm leaning more towards the holy war rather than the jungle fighter.
Fighting in real chainmail though, that's like super heavy armor versus someone who's actually willing to just get on top of you and stick a knife into the smallest hole that they can find. Like you're probably gonna get an obsidian blade through your eye hole.
I'm not sure if he could. Okay, he might be able to close the distance, but the other guy still has a lot to play with too.
The whole goal of fighting in armor is to get to a grapple situation. So like you're not going to be standing there taking hits. That's not the point. The point is to get onto the ground so you can beat the fuck out of them with your metal armor. So it's like realistically, the guy who's even in the Crusader armor is going to want to get on the ground too. So it's like now you have. I don't know, because it's like I guess I don't know like the stats of an Aztec warrior, but like usually they were obviously probably very fit and shit like that.
Yeah.
Versus like some guy who's done up in armor. It's not like he's not fit, but he probably isn't as
Mobile.
as mobile and as equipped as of someone who's fighting without armor and has fought without armor culturally this whole time.
Yeah,
You might lose. You're right. They might lose a few people because it's like armor is armor, but it's like I do feel like you're gonna die a pretty vicious fucking. I mean, the Spaniards ate a couple times too before they actually took shit over. So.
Especially if you're wearing armor, they have this fucking slings.
Yeah, the slings too. Just get your shit, like get a concussion because you've been
Yeah.
hit with a rock 30 times in the helmet.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. You're honestly fucked. Well, thank you for listening to our second episode of TOG. We will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.